No Country for Old Men, the Coen brothers' cult classic 2007 neo-Western crime drama that captivated audiences across the nation. Widely regarded as one of the greatest films of the 21st century, with the awards to back the claim, No Country for Old Men is a film that every alleged film enthusiast must experience. With our project, we wanted to dive into the 5 core reasons that this classic work of art must be enjoyed, through the use of award-winning casting, lighting, sound design, editing, and production. It is our goal to demonstrate just how exactly this independent film will be remembered for years to come.
Lighting and color are both essential aspects in the film No Country for Old Men. Natural lighting is used as the main source for illuminating the setting. Interior shots like this one utilize sunlight through the windows, which helps to create realistic atmospheres within the scene. In this scene, we see Carla Jean in her home right after she notices Anton Chigurh waiting in her bedroom. We can see Anton sitting in the chair, shrouded in darkness, as though he represents death itself. We also see Carla Jean sitting across from him, lit up from the light coming through the windows. Carla Jean represents all the innocents that have been killed by Anton through his journey. The Coen brothers made sure to represent Anton as the evil antagonist, and the way they light the scenes showed this, while also using as much natural light as they could, making the film feel more independent through its techniques. This is one of the many reasons why I recommend this movie to anyone who hasn't seen it.
Hi there, my name is Ryan Schlobohm, and for this section of our No Country for Old Men discussion, I will be talking about sound in the movie. So, sound in this film is excellent because of its use of silence. That's kind of strange to talk about, I know, but in filmmaking, silence is very important to sound and create these gritty, realistic feeling moments with high tension, really get the viewer immersed in the experience. In this scene I'm about to show you, the shoot-up between Javier Bardem's character and Josh Brolin uses a lot of silence to sort of make this scene feel almost real and give this gritty feeling of intensity. So let's have a quick look. So as you saw there in that scene, the lack of music and sound gave the scene this really gritty and realistic feeling. It was tense. So as to how this lack of sound is good for independent movie making, well, if you don't have to hire a big orchestra to make you these large music pieces, you're saving a fair bit of money there. And not only that, the lack of music made the scene feel more powerful, if anything. So that's why I think this lack of music and silence is great and a good use for independent filmmaking.
Another reason for viewing the film No Country for Old Men would have to be the editing techniques. The close-up shots in the film gives us the perspective to the psychopathic assassin on the run, Anton Chigurh, played by Javier Bardem. Anton is known in the film for his exotic accent and dark soul personality, with the editing playing a major role in how they capture close-up moments when he tries to open the door with a massive air canister. The editing also gives a great sense of the transition through the cinematography, which is done really well by the Coen brothers. Through breakdown dark scenes into the alleyways, chased by this crazy gunman, the editing delivers complete control of tracking transitions that follow the feet of Lewin Moss, played by Josh Brolin. He is also seen when he is severely injured from the chase, passing by the international line of Mexico, where he stumbles across a band to take him to the hospital. The editing is very important to the smooth transition of this independent film, being able to consistently stay current on the mood and lenses of the character on screen. Another reason that we can focus on the Coen brothers' editing techniques is the way that only one person can edit, rather than just two. However, in this Paramount Vantage film, No Country for Old Men, the Coen brothers edited together, which brings us the most important aspect in the filmmaker's desires to keep learning.
Location plays a pivotal role in great cinematic storytelling. Place becomes a character in the narrative, and directors Joel and Ethan Coen have proved themselves masters at weaving the landscape into their films. Such has been the case since their first film, Blood Simple.
And roll, please. Rolling.
Setting-wise, No Country for Old Men stands in complete contrast to Fargo, another film shot in the frigid upper Midwest. In No Country for Old Men, the Coen brothers used the West Texas environment to effectively unfold a story that's part thriller and part Western with a dash of black comedy, unfolding a complex yet simple human story of good, evil, and what lies in between. These are good enough reasons to take in No Country for Old Men, sparing no expense in sharpening focus on the unforgiving, rustic Southwest outback and the characters inhabiting it. Logistics can prove challenging, but that gets easier in the hands of these directors, coupled with the advances in technology. Other natural and real-life factors also add to the task of creating the independent film. No Country for Old Men is a contemporary period piece whose details could easily be replicated on a studio backlot, but that is where authenticity can be compromised. Trading one for the other pays off. This neo-Western film carries subtle shades of neorealism in its production design. The results are quite rewarding. No Country for Old Men was shot in both Texas and New Mexico, capturing the expansive mysteries and complexities of the Southwest desert landscape. And like man, it's ever-changing, and it keeps you guessing to the very end.
All of these stylistic elements will have gone for nothing without the Coen brothers' brilliant casting decisions. The narrative of this film is split between three central characters, with Javier Bardem playing the psychopathic Anton Chigurh, Josh Brolin playing the rebellious antagonist of Llewellyn Moss, and Tommy Lee Jones playing the near-retirement sheriff. Starting with Anton, the entire film rests on Javier's ability to play a complete psychopath who's unafraid to get his hands dirty. The monotone, quiet, ever-staring portrayal of Anton Chigurh convinces both the characters and the audiences that this is a character to be feared. Without this fear, pivotal scenes throughout the film that build upon tension are completely lost. Next, Josh Brolin has a job of embodying the rebellious nature of Llewellyn Moss, who decides to take law and justice into his own hands when stumbling upon $2 million with a psychopath on his trail. Brolin's ability to portray both Moss's charm while also his gritty determination allow the audience to not only sympathize for the character's protagonist, but also root for him. Oftentimes you find yourself at the edge of your seat, fearful of the near-death experiences Moss keeps managing to slip away from. Eventually, when it finally catches up to him, true shock and loss overcome the viewer. Finally, Tommy Lee Jones brings the Texas charm that solidifies No Country for Old Men as a cult classic film. Jones is known for his roles that often paint him as a depiction of law and order. With that said, Jones allows the audience to see Sheriff Bell's compassion as he genuinely goes out of his way to try and help Llewellyn and Carla Jean. In order for any independent film to garner success, there needs to be a reason to watch it that really separates itself from everyone else. These three actors are without a doubt the reason this film stands as one of the greatest to ever be made.